Happy Friday, everyone. I'm Jason Gilbo here at Fantasy Football Cafe, taking a look at some buy low, sell high players. If you're looking to shake things up here in week one, get the trade ball rolling in your leagues. I know that's always tough to do being the first team, but get some trades out there. See what you can do. If drafting go as planned, shake things up a little bit. Jumping right into it. Running backs. A couple sell high teams, more committees that I'm looking at, and they're both in Texas. Houston and Dallas. You got Alfred Blue, not really listed as a heavy usage starter because I think Chris Polk is going to see some time on. Arian Foster's going to come back pretty quickly, looking at the end of the month at the earliest. So if someone needs Alfred Blue coming right off the bat and needs him for the first couple of weeks, get rid of him. Get something in return for him because he's not going to have a ton of value this season at all. Heading to Dallas, it's a huge committee there. You got Darren McFadden, you got Randall, so you got Michael coming over from the Seahawks. So three guys. I mean, you're not sure what's really going on there. Why did they make that deal? Randall had all the buzz coming in, and McFadden's probably going to steal some touches as well. So I really don't like playing guessing games for touches each week. But with the high praised old offensive line there, and just the success Murray had last season behind him, they think anyone can come in and duplicate have success and fantasy value. It's probably true, but good luck finding which back is going to do that. So, like I said, try and get rid of them, see what you can get for them. So instead, if you're looking to buy low on a running back, Duke Johnson out of Cleveland, really like him. He's probably the only Browns player I actually like for fantasy out of Cleveland. The guy's a burner out of University of Miami, smaller back, but runs the ball well on the ground. And also is good in the passing game, which Isaiah Crowell is not. And he hasn't secured that RB1 spot, which was kind of given to him and said, here, take that job. And he didn't do it. Wasn't impressive. The coaching staff doesn't really think he's going to be a long-term fit. While he may, see a majority of the touches early, I think Johnson eventually snags the job there and going to be a featured guy at some point during the season. So I like him as a nice buy low opportunity. Looking at receiving guys, looking at a buy low guy, John Brown for the Arizona Cardinals. I kind of like the Arizona passing game because I don't think there's going to be much of a running game with Andre Ellington. I think he's going to benefit more from the passing game. Just that offensive line is not built to run the ball. You got Arians there. They're going to throw the ball. Palmer threw the ball well when he was healthy last season. That's going to be key for these guys' success in 2015. Like I said, Brown's going to be a solid guy. He's going to be, he's in a system with Larry Fitzgerald, Michael Floyd. You may not think the Cardinals are going to be a high-profile offensive team, but actually I think Brown's going to be quite surprising. He sits as a wide receiver 3 right now in leagues, but he definitely has wide receiver 2 upside. So I definitely like him. This one, it's not a true sell, but this is more see what you can get for him, and it's Allen Robinson from the Jaguars. A lot of hype coming from the media, a lot of hype coming from the internet world, buzzing him up for the start of 2015 here. He's in a bad offense still. We rely on touchdowns in fantasy football, and I don't think the Jaguars are going to be scoring a ton. I think Robinson's going to be good soon. He's going to have some value definitely this season, has some upside. But the buzz right now around him, I'm tossing him out there, see what I can get for him. But my true sell high wideout is Sammy Watkins. Still has the name around him, still has the buzz. But the situation is awful that he's in. Just like any other Bills wideout that's been there in the last 10 years. Just hasn't done well. He's going to be a targeted man each week from defensive standpoint due to nobody else being really around him. It's going to be a run-heavy offense, slow tempo. I just don't think the upside is there a lot each week. I don't think the touchdowns are there either. And same with Tyrod Taylor going to be there throwing to him. I just don't see a lot coming from Sammy Watkins this year, but people still are believers in him. Going quarterbacks, selling high Cam Newton. It's not personal. I've been kind of not a big fan of him. It's just a week-to-week inconsistency thing for me. It's not something I want from a quarterback. His targets are very mediocre outside of Greg Olsen with Kelvin Benjamin going down. You got Funchess, who's a real raw talent right now. He's going to be a work in progress, and on the other wideouts there, not a lot to like. Um, there's always one guy in the league who really likes Cam Newton. So, he brings the rushing upside each week, I guess, but, how often does that really hit? Like I said, I mean, one week he's on top of the world, next two or three he's average or very below average, and that's just not something I want to deal with over a course of a 16-game season. So go find that person who loves Cam Newton and see what you can get for him, and hopefully that person who loves Cam Newton is not you. A buy low quarterback, I guess you can say, is Eli Manning. I feel like he's being a little bit disrespected this season, not getting the recognition he deserves. He certainly got the recognition of the Giants getting forked over a ton of cash. But he's got a solid receiving core around him. Larry Donald's a decent tight end. Victor Cruz not healthy, but should be back soon. And then you got Odell Beckham, you got Ruben Randall, you get added Shane Vereen for a passing back. So you like the guys around him. And the offense is up tempo. They ran the fourth most plays in the NFL last season. You threw the ball a ton. Yeah, there's going to be some INTs from anyone who has a volume like he did. But 4,000 yards and 30 touchdowns is a pretty safe floor for me in 2015 with Eli. Where he was drafted this season, you could probably go out and snag him on the low because he wasn't drafted too high in a lot of leagues that I was in, at least, and a lot of mocks as well. So definitely looking at Eli Manning. Tight ends, not necessarily a buy low option because there's just plenty of options to stream on the waiver wire for a week or two if you're looking to go that route, or just kind of clearing out and going week to week by that. But a sell high tight end, Greg Olsen, you can likely write him off and spin it how you want because he's going to be Newton's #1 target. And if you can receive a nice skill position player with some upside in return, that's great because you can definitely get, a tight end off the waiver wire, whether you have one on your bench, whether you got extra or what. But I'd rather have a nice skill position player with some upside other than a tight end. That's just my take on Greg Olsen. So if you're looking to shake things up right away with week one, take a look at all those names there.